I grew up in southeast Melbourne, roughly 40 minutes from the ocean, and when the summer holidays came around, you could bet on my mum taking my sister and I down to enjoy the sun, the sand, and refreshing waters of our beaches. Though when we did get in the water, we never went very far out. This was the result of a fear that had been ingrained in me from a very young age, a fear that seemed to resonate with most people I spoke to, the fear of sharks. We've all made questionable decisions when in a state of fear. I've seen someone run straight through a screen door because they believed they had a spider in their shoulder that turned out to be a leaf. But our actions in response to our fear of shark attacks is beyond questionable. It's outright dangerous. I'm talking about the introduction of shark nets to our shores in an attempt to support the fewer sharks, fewer attacks approach. This method is based on culling shark populations to reduce the potential of attacks in a given area. The large mesh size of the nets is designed specifically to capture sharks and prevent their escape until eventually they die. They can be as large as 200 meters long and 6 meters high. Though due to boating activity, they also float 4 meters or more below the surface and do not connect with the shoreline, thus allowing the sharks the opportunity to swim over, under, and around the nets. So, do they work? Well, since the introduction of nets in 1935, we've seen a drop in fatalities, and people such as the former Environment Minister Ian MacDonald called the nets highly successful. Yet the report of shark bite incidents from 1937 to 2008 showed that of the 38 attacks recorded in the state of New South Wales, 24 of them took place at netted beaches. That's 63% of attacks happening at netted beaches, which raises fundamental questions about their effectiveness in protecting human life. But there is another question. What are they doing to non-human life? Over the last 57 years, as a result of bycatch, nets and drumlines have been responsible for more than 72,000 marine life deaths, including endangered species such as sea turtles, dugongs, dolphins, and even whales. But the most concerning statistic is that of sharks. Every year, between 500 and 700 sharks are killed by nets. Now, you might be thinking, well, isn't that what they're supposed to do? Well, yeah, but we need to be thinking about the long-term effects of a reduced shark population. Sharks are apex predators and have been shaping our oceans for more than 450 million years. They sit at the top of an extremely delicate marine food chain, and scientists say that if we continue to catch sharks at such a colossal rate, we will indefinitely throw the underwater world into chaos. This process is known as trophic cascade. An example would be a decrease in shark population would result in an increase of their prey, such as grouper fish. The groupers then overeat smaller fish that are normally responsible for clearing coral of algae in great numbers. Without these little guys, algae blooms would smother the ocean's ability to produce oxygen and absorb CO2. And given that 1 square meter of seagrass can produce 10 liters of oxygen a day, and absorb 35 times more CO2 than an equivalent patch of rainforest, we're talking about a reduction of more than 50% of the planet's oxygen production and a significant contribution to global warming. So, what can we do? We need to collectively push for a ban on nets and the introduction of more harmonious alternatives such as shark deterrent devices. Sharks have an extremely sensitive electroreceptive system called Apulae of Lorenzi, which provides them with an electrolocation ability. The shark's deterrent device, such as the Shark Shield, are small electronic devices that can be attached to your waist, leg, or scuba tank. These produce strong electric fields that overstimulate the shark's electroreceptors and have shown to deter them from attacking in 96% of trials run. Another alternative is advanced spotting techniques using drone technology. Lifeguards can identify a fin poking out of the water from the shore, but their underwater visibility is extremely limited. Spotter drones operated by lifesavers would offer a clear bird's eye view into the water, creating a far more effective early warning system. Sonar buoys have also proven to be a good alternative. These buoys are equipped with multi-beam sonar and an antenna. The sonar detects objects underwater, and the antenna transfers the data to a computer on land. There, a spotter identifies underwater objects and sends out alerts accordingly. All of these systems are well within our reach as a nation, and we cannot afford to ignore this issue any longer if we wish to protect our oceans. A conservationist named Baba Diom said, In the end, we will conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand. And we will understand only what we are taught. So before I finish up, I'd like to ask the question, what have you been taught about sharks? Thank you.